Hey guys, and welcome again to the Money Game with AC. So in this video, I want to quickly drive your attention on one single sector that was not read today when we saw a huge sell-off into the stock market. So which one is it? If you look at, first, before getting to that, let's look at what happened today in the market. So as you can see, we are way red, and it doesn't matter whether it was tech stocks with the Nasdaq. It doesn't matter whether it was industrial like Deere, Home Depot. Everything was just down, and even crypto, which I would consider to be a safe haven, meaning an asset where or a kind of product where people buy when there is fear into the market, like today. Even Bitcoin was down, and at a point Bitcoin was even down 6% here. So this is huge, actually, what happened today. But is it a market crash? No, I think this is different than a market crash. I think the reason behind this crash is just simply because Jerome Powell, in his speech today, he didn't deliver what people were expecting. Like investors in the market as a whole were expecting Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Fed, the U.S. bank, the central U.S. bank. They were expecting him to say, "Hey, inflation is coming. This is what we're gonna do." And we have what we call Operation Twist. Operation Twist is basically the US central bank buying short-term bonds in order for people to invest in it, and that will consequently reduce the interest rate from the 10-year or the 7-year bond, which actually raised today. I think we were at 153% at a point, but not as quite at 162 last week when we saw the huge sell-off. But today was kind of a deja vu scenario with these interest rates. So to me, this is kind of an overreaction because we all know that inflation is coming. But since the Fed said, "Hey, I'm going to sit back and watch inflation coming to 2% before I actually, consider doing anything," and people are like, "When, man, this doesn't make any sense to me. If it does the case, then let me just get my money out of the market." So which explain the stock. But it's interesting to see that not all the sectors was impacted by the huge sell-off today. There is one sector right here. Oil is the only asset, the only sector that was green today. And as you look now, you can see 445% up. But when we were green with the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq around maybe 10, 15, 11, this was up more than 5%. This was way up than 5%. And if you look at stocks, let me pull some of the stocks on the oil sectors like Chevron. These are the major players, So at the point, it was up 107, and it went, to the red zone at the point, when everything just, decreased, as you can see here from here, and then recovered around here. But this was supposed to be like a 3-4% gain for Chevron. If you look at Exxon, for example, same here. Actually, this, was kind of better than Chevron. So almost 4% gain and up, a little bit after hours, but at the point it was trading at 59, almost 60. So if you look at the whole energy with this ETF, Energy Select Sector for the Spider Fund, this was up 2%, but it's down from the all-time high for the intraday session. And if we do look at some of the small caps, meaning the stocks, the companies that are not as big as Chevron and Exxon, if you look at Callon Petroleum, for example, here, this is one of my favorite that I own, up almost 9%, and at a point it was trading to $36. So it decreased and then recovered a little bit. If you take another one that I also love, and I speak a lot about this one on my videos, Centennial, up 17%, almost 17%. It went even way upper in after hours. This is crazy, man. If you look at another one, which one are we gonna take? Marathon Oil, up 6%. So across the board, it doesn't matter whether it is huge producers like Chevron, Exxon, which are just a giant in the sector. It doesn't matter whether it's medium companies. It doesn't matter whether it's small companies like the one I just showed you guys. Everything was red. Well, everything was green, not red. Everything was green big time. Everything is green, 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 and green. So what is actually behind? So if everything was falling the sky, why is the oil sector green and not just small, like maybe 0.2%? No, it's like big time huge. simply because people are taking money outside of tech. People are taking money outside of, SPAC. People are taking money outside of wheat, like SNDL, and Trare. People are taking money out of those and putting into what we're actually beaten down from 2020. Oil was the biggest sector hit the most by the pandemic. So right now the money is flowing back into this sector, which explains also the fact that you have these increasing crazy prices that I just showed you guys. And this is just the beginning. To me, this is just the beginning, because as we reopen the economy, as people will be allowed to travel again, to do whatever they want to do, as long as they are vaccinated or they are tested negative for COVID, then it's just a matter of time before, this thing will fly. Like, in order to fly, you will need fuel, like all the airplanes to go across, not only within the Americas, but also, overseas. They are big consumers of oil. So that only will drive the prices of oil way up. People will start driving again, going back to the office, even though some will continue to work from home, but that will also be a part because they can now, travel. And then cruise lines, like CCL, like Norwegian, like all of these ships, not only for business, but only for leisure, they consume fuel, and everything will just pump up the demand. And the fact that today, the OPEC, which is the oil producers organization around the world, including Russia, and Saudi Arabia, they decided to cut the production throughout May, meaning they are tightening the tip. And in any market, whenever the offer or the demand, whenever the offer is lower than the demand, the price will go up, because there are not as much products to serve everyone. And then it's expensive to get whatever you want to get, because there is not as much available for everyone. So reason why I'm betting big on oil. I'm betting really big on oil. As a matter of fact, I invested 20,000 in March. It wasn't easy to hold, but I did hold, and today my portfolio was up more than 220,000. That is 120. That is 1,000%, guys. I was able to multiply my investment by 10 just with a single stock. This is crazy. So for this reason, I think you also need to get your money where Wall Street is betting your money, because this is the only way you will be on top of the gainers and possibly, outperform the market. So this is why I think everyone at this point should start looking into oil sector and get money into it. All right, guys, if you want to know what are the best stocks to invest your money, it doesn't matter whether it's $1,000, it doesn't matter whether it's 10,000, it doesn't matter whether it's $1 million. Please let me know in the comment section, and I will make sure to make a single video just on that specific topic. Until then, guys, take care, and I will see you in the next one.